Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. So happy to join you on another Zoom training. I will be happier if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my videos on social media. Quick disclaimer, I have no affiliation with Zoom. I am creating these videos for the love of sharing and caring. These are difficult times and I love to help others. So, which one is better, a Zoom webinar or a Zoom meeting? I'm not sure if you have seen a Zoom webinar, which I'm going to show you how it works. It is very similar, very similar. When I first started running videos and running meetings on Zoom, webinars were much more different. Like live streaming was only available on them, and interpretation was only available on webinars, many other things. But in time, Zoom has decided to align most of their functionalities with the webinar, except from a few, and those few are so important. Well, this is a meeting, and it is good if you want to see everyone face to face. If you are on equal foot with others, like friends, family, a group of doctors, scholars, academics, classroom. It's nice because everybody has a video and camera enabled. And there are reactions like, you can laugh, you can put a heart. Cool. And if the host has muted everyone, you can raise your hand and ask for a floor, which is very cool feature. Raise hand and talk. Okay, that's the meeting part. And then as a security, nobody wants Zoom bombing, so we have waiting rooms enabled. So we don't want to admit people that you don't know. You only admit people you know to a meeting, which is good. You can also lock your meeting, meaning nobody gets in and out. And if it is a crowded meeting, like dozens or hundreds of meeting people in a meeting, you can suspend participant activities when somebody is really disturbing and annoying, and then you can remove those people from the meeting, and then just re-enable everything in a meeting. These are all cool features. I love them. So Zoom meetings are now more user friendly and more secure. And let me end this and show you how a webinar works. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This is the meeting. I'm clicking on it. And believe it or not, I am converting this meeting to a webinar. Oh my god, so exciting. Yeah. The moment I converted this to a webinar, I have additional settings, emails and branding. Wow. And Q&A. Yes. Yes. Email settings are cool because in a webinar, now we are talking about more professional setup. We can have dedicated different emails with branding, logos and everything to attendees and panelists, because panelists, they're gonna speak, but the attendees they're gonna watch. So we can have different emails for them, and we can also have a registration page where we add a webinar title, banner, logo, and the profiles of up to 3 or 4 speakers. The Q&A is nice and handy. It is much more moderated than a regular Zoom chat. All right, now it is a webinar. Let's start it and see what is different on the screen, and you will also see my face again, which adds more friendly appearance. There you go. Here I am. Well, okay, we have another crowded menu, but check out. Reactions? No reactions, ma'am. But raise hand? Yes. So, we are now in a more serious event. You don't have emojis, but you have raise hand because in a webinar, attendees don't have microphone. See, I'm a panelist and my raise hand is visible. Attendees, there are no attendees at the moment, but if they were, um, they will just be in a listen-only mode, unless the host, allows a certain attendee to speak. So this distinction quickly disables any Zoom bombing, risk, because only panelists are invited, only they have microphone and video. The rest are in listen-only mode, and therefore you don't have any additional security feature. You're already in a more secure environment. And then you can disable chat, of course, or even Q&A, but the Q&A, is more moderated, answered questions, dismissed questions. You can do the setup. You don't want everyone to see all questions, so they can only see the answered questions. And you can disable anonymous questions. That means people, their names will be visible. I mean, depends on the use case. Choose this wisely. But do I have any breakout rooms? No. So what does it mean? In a webinar, it's more like, we have hundreds, if not thousands of people and, attendees and speakers. So no breakaway. One session and that's it. But the cool thing is in a webinar, like what if you live stream this, say on Facebook or YouTube, what Zoom does is if the meeting is full, maybe you have 100 participants limit or 500, and then Zoom says, well, go watch this on YouTube, which is cool. But then what happens, if the webinar has started, everybody's here, but you're not ready. You don't want to do it. So let's end this. Don't worry, it won't disappear. It will still be on your Zoom account until the hours have passed. If the hours have passed, it will be in a previous webinar. So it's not going anywhere. Let me edit this. Okay. And add a practice session. Okay, just that. I don't have to add interpreters right away. I can add interpreters later. Start over. Okay, well, don't click this start webinar unless you're ready to go. So the difference is now I am in a practice mode, meaning only panelists and interpreters can join, but the attendees cannot. So this gives me enough time to prepare before I go live. Everybody is ready, their audio, video are checked, they can share their presentations. So then I say start webinar and people start, attending. The webinar is live now, and usually you will see this attendee number increasing, quickly. So I think these are cool, but one more cool thing in a webinar, click on this view and see follow host view. Now this means people cannot choose between a speaker or gallery view, or cannot just pin or spotlight the people they like or they want to see. It's only for the host to decide. So I choose follow host mode. For example, you have sign interpreters in a meeting. So pin the sign interpreter on one corner of the screen. Choose follow host mode. That means everybody watching the speaker has to see the sign interpreter as well. That's a very cool feature because they cannot leave that screen. So webinars and meetings. Well, I mean, if I haven't told you this is a webinar, maybe you wouldn't even realize it. But they have use cases. Both are good. If used wisely, you won't have any Zoom bombing. And you will have a nice, happy audience with interpretation, live transcript, and everything. So, for further advice and consultation, feel free to contact our office, and we will be more than happy to assist you by. With that, I say stay safe and healthy.